welcome to my channel. Today we are going to learn about the ratio and proportion. So without wasting time, let's start. Concepts of the chapter are very useful in solving problems of data interpretation, where ratio change and ratio comparison are very popular type questions. Questions based on this chapter are regularly asked either directly or indirectly. The questions of this chapter are based on conceptual clarity and different application of ratio, proportion and variation. So, what is the ratio? A ratio is comparison between two quantities in terms of their magnitude. The ratio of two quantities is equivalent to a fraction that one quantity is of the other. The ratio can be expressed in two types, that is a decimal and in percentage. Decimal means any point, that is 0.543 like that, and in percentage means 60%, 40%, 50% likewise. So there are some properties of the ratio. The first one is the value of ratio does not change when the numerator and denominator both are multiplied by the same quantity. That is, if we multiply the numerator and the denominator by the same, then the ratio will not be changed. The second is the value of the ratio does not change when the numerator and the denominator both are divided by the same quantity. The third one is the ratio of the two ratios or fractions can be expressed as the ratio of the two numbers. The third one is the compound ratio. What is a compound ratio? Suppose we have three ratios, A as to B, C as to D, E as to F. Then the compound ratio will be A into C into E divided by B into D into F. The next property is duplicate ratio, that is square. If the given ratio is A as to B, then the duplicate ratio for that is A square divided by B square. Same as the triplicate ratio. If the given ratio is A as to B, then the triplicate ratio will be A cube divided by B cube. The sub-duplicate ratio will be under root of A divided by under root of B. The sub-triplicate ratio of A as to B is equal to cube root of A divided by cube root of B. There are some of the uses of the ratio to solve any problems, such as first, it acts as a bridge between three or more quantities. Suppose we have given the five ratios, that is A as to B, B as to C, C as to D, D as to E. That is, suppose A as to B is equal to numerator 1 as to denominator 1. Similarly, B as to C is equal to numerator 2 divided by denominator 2. The third one is C as to D, and the given ratio is numerator 3 divided by denominator 3. And the last one is the D by E is given as numerator 4 divided by as to denominator 4. Then we have to calculate A as to B as to C as to D as to E. Then we can simply use this formula n1 into n2 into n3 into n4 as to d1 into n2 into n3 into n4 as to d1 into d2 into n3 into n4 as to d1 into d2 into d3 into n4 as to d1 into d2 into d3 into d4. That is numerator 1, that is equal to A into B into numerator 2 in the second ratio as into numerator 3, that is in the third ratio C, and numerator 4, that is in the fourth ratio, that is D. Similarly, all of that. If we have to find A as to C, then we will find from this formula, that is, if we have to find A as to C, then we will just use this n1 into n2 into n3 into n4 as to d1 into d2 into d3 into d4. That will be our A as to E directly. The second one is if a consolidated ratio between the three unknowns, that is x, y, z, where two equations in these three unknowns are given. Suppose we have given two equations and we have to find the ratio of x as to y as to z. Suppose we have given an equation, that is a1x plus b1y plus c1 is equal to 0, and the second equation is a2x plus b2y plus c2 is equal to 0. Then we can simply find the x, y, z by this formula, by this trick. And that trick is this one. Just simply write from starting from b1, c1, a1, b1. Similarly b2, c2, a2, b2, and write in between this x, y, z. And to find the ratio of x as to y as to z, simply cross multiplication b1 into c2 minus b2 into c1 as to c1 into a2 minus c2 into a1 as to a1 into ab2 minus a2 into b1. That will be our x as to y as to z. Similarly, moving forward, there are some other properties. The mean proportion, that is, if we have given the ratios a as to b is equal to b as to c, then the mean proportion will be b is equal to under root of ac. The mean proportion is common, therefore b square is equal to ac, that will be b is equal to under root of ac. Similarly, we have to find the third proportion, and the given ratio is a as to b is equal to b as to c, then the third proportion will be c is equal to b square by a. If we have to find the fourth proportion, that is, we have given the ratio a as to b is equal to c as to d, then the d will be our fourth proportional. As simple as that. There are some properties of the proportion, there are some properties of the ratio and the proportion. That is, first one is invertendo. We have learned this concept in 11th 12, but we have forgotten this, so we'll just learn about this in no time. What is invertendo? If we have given a as to b is equal to c as to d, then what is invertendo? Just converting it as b by a is equal to d by c. Just replacing the position of the numerator and the denominator. Second one is alternando. If we have given a ratio a as to b is equal to c as to d, then the alternando is a as to c. Just alternate these two parameters, a as to c is equal to b as to d. Similarly, the componendo. If we have given equation a as to b is equal to c as to d, then the componendo will be a plus b by c. A plus b by b is equal to c plus d by d. Similarly, dividendo. If we have given the ratio of a by b is equal to c by d, then that will be a minus b by b is equal to c minus d by d. That will be our dividendo. And the final is componendo and dividendo. If the given ratio is a by b is equal to c by d, then the componendo and dividendo will be a plus b divided by a minus b is equal to c plus d divided by c minus d. These are the 5 properties of the proportion. So now let's take some example for the ratio and proportion. The first one is, a man completes 5 by 8 of a job in 10 days. At this rate, how many more days will it take to finish the job? So we have given a man who completes 5 by 8 of a job in 10 days, and we have to calculate how many more days he will take to complete the job. So completed work is 5 by 8. The remaining work is, suppose we have taken the 1 unit, so the remaining work will be 1 minus 5 by 8, that is equal to 3 by 8. So he is completing 5 by 8 of job in 10 days and the 3 by 8 job in x days. Just cross multiplying, that is a ratio, that is 5 by 8 into x is equal to 10 into 3 by 8. X is equal to 6 days after the calculation. That means a man will complete the remaining job in 6 days. Moving forward, the next question is, if we have given a by b is equal to 4 as to 5 and b by c is equal to 3 by 7, C by D is 6 by 7, D by E is 12 by 7. Then we have to calculate A by E. So we know the formula to calculate A as to B as to C as to D as to E, that is N1, N2, N2, N3, N4, that is we have seen previously. So using that formula we have written it as N1, N2, N3, N4, that is 4, 3, 6, 12. Similarly D1, N2, N3, N4, D1, N2, N3, N4. Similarly D1, D2, N3, N4, D1, D2, N3, N4. Similarly D1, D2, D3, N4, D1, D2, N3, D1, D2, D3, N4. Similarly D1, D2, D3, D4, D1, D2, D3, D4. So but we have to calculate A as to E, so we will just take these two. So it will be A as to E is equal to 4 into 3 into 6 into 12 as to 5 into 7 into 7 into 17. So our answer will be A as to E is equal to 864 divided by 4165. That will be our final answer. Next question is, if we have to find a consolidated ratio relation between the x, y, z, if we have given the two equations, that is minus 2x plus 4y plus 3z is equal to 0, and the second equation is x minus 3y plus 5z is equal to 0. So we know the drill, that is b1 c1 a1 b1, here is b2 c2 a2 b2, and in between them x y z. So how we calculate the ratio of x y z? We can written it as x as to y as to z is equal to b1 c2 minus b2 c1, that is b1 c2 minus b2 c1. Similarly for y is c1 a2 minus a1 c2, or we can write it as c2 a1. Similarly for z is we can written it as a1 b2 minus a2 b1. It is written here. So just we write it down in this format. What is our b1? That is 4, and c1 3, a1 minus 2. Similarly a2 1, b2 minus 3, and c2 plus 5. So we will written it down as 4 3 minus 2 4, minus 3 5 1 minus 3, x y z. So using this formula we have written it as x as to y as to z is equal to 4 into 5 minus 3 into 3 as to 3 into 1 minus 5 into minus 2 as to minus 2 into minus 3 minus 1 into 4. So the final answer will be x as to y as to z is equal to 29 as to 13 as to 2. That will be our the ratio for the x as to y as to z. So we have seen that we use the ratio in percentage, time and work, time and distance, and many more chapter, and it has saved our time much more. So we are going to use these ratio in further chapters and further examples as well. So stay tuned with me and watch all videos and share with your friends, and remember to like and subscribe to my channel. Thank you.